Hi everyone, today I want to talk about something that's called ruptures and repair, and I'm sure you've heard about it many times, and ruptures are a normal part of any relationship that we have. But today I want to talk about the significance of ruptures and repair in the context of parenting relationship. So as you might know, repair is the most significant part of parental modeling. So how do we do repair as parent? In many ways models for our children that they're safe, that they're loved, that they're accepted, no matter what's happening, no matter what differences can arise in the relationship, no matter conflicting needs. It doesn't matter, right? Repair is about you're safe, you're connected, and you don't lose the attachment no matter what. So what happens for many people with a history of developmental or childhood trauma, they didn't have the modeling of repair while having consistent experiences of ruptures. So then when ruptures don't get repaired, they can, create the sense of isolation, that they can be incredibly painful. And as a result of that, those children who grow up without the experience of the repair, they grow up into the adults who also kind of trying to anxiously repair ruptures in the relationships, even when they don't have a responsibility for that repair. And it's important to remember that as parents, we're always responsible for repairing the ruptures. It's never the children. And this is the most important part. And this is what I want to talk about today, just by using an example of what happened to me yesterday. So I've got home from work and I was really tired, and I also picked up some kind of a cold during the weekend. So anyway, I was not at my best at all. And I was just looking forward to coming home and, and just relaxing and maybe reading a book or whatever. So I came home and my kids were fighting. And this is just a normal thing, siblings, right? It happens. But I wasn't at my best. I didn't have any capacity. So my younger son, he was playing with this like a little knife. He cuts his Play-Doh with, and then my older son, he kept basically taking that knife. So at some point he took a knife and he just like started waving this knife like around my face, next to his younger brother's face, next to his face, and I've snapped at him and I've screamed, and I just basically got up rapidly and I took this knife off him and I said, "Can you stop playing with this knife?" And I got angry. So in that moment, it could have, there are two ways how it could have went, right? One way is me falling into shame and and just kind of saying, okay, I'm horrible, I'm doing exactly what my mother have done, I'm just being completely rubbish, how can I do it, I'm a therapist, this is just horrible, and it would be very likely that I would fall deep into shame. And the thing about falling into shame is when we feel shame, we lose the attachment. So we lose the attachment to ourselves, and we lose attachment to everyone else. So we can't connect to people from the place of shame because we feel that we are unworthy, right? We are ashamed, we feel that we're bad. So there's no connection. So from the place of shame, I would not be able to do the repair for my son. So the other way it could go, and it did actually go that way, I've told myself, okay, I've done something that I'm really not proud of, I've screamed at him, it wasn't about him, it was very much about me, let's reverse, but I'm okay, I love him, and and I can offer him the repair. So he was upset, he was crying, he got scared. So I just sat down with him, I hugged him, and we had a conversation. I told him it's not okay that anyone is screaming at him. I'm really sorry. I genuinely was, and just kind of reassured him that it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was me. And, but it's not an excuse either way, right? Because children are not responsible for us taking care of ourselves. And clearly I wasn't taking care of myself well enough yesterday. But anyway, so we repaired it and he was okay and he was safe, and then I've kind of just managed to tell myself I need to do it better. But I was also okay. I didn't feel shame. I didn't feel that I was bad. And this is an example for repair, right? Repair happens for a child, but repair also happens for a parent. So you can use a healthy guilt, just like saying, I've done something that I'm not proud of, but also I'm not going to criticize and blame myself to death for it, because it's not going to result in anything other than shame. So I'm hoping it's helpful. We're humans, we're going to have a lot of ruptures, we're going to screw things up, we're going to screw relationships up. So just remember this concept of repair is always possible. Oops.